Good morning everyone. Today we're looking at another watch that I have done a review of before, but I noticed after doing a review of my channel that some of the early videos, they weren't in the quality that I recorded them in. It took a couple of comments for me to notice, funny enough. And so today I'm doing another look at the Mathey Tissot Pepsi, one of my personal watches I've got in my own collection, but we're going to be looking at it in sort of HD 4K. I record in 4K, so it'll be up to you guys whether you can actually get 4K. It depends on the sort of display you've got, internet, and the settings you've got set up for it. Yes, let's have a look at the Mathey Tissot Pepsi. So looking at the box, we've got a sort of a brown box with a simple line stitching. Got a nice bit of weight to it. Got consistent stitching going all the way around the outside of it. Again, it's a sort of fairly light box. Inside you would have your sort of guarantee card and manual in there, but I've just taken those out because it had my personal information on it, and because I got it from Switzerland itself. And got nice cushion on here and simple sort of card just to hold that section in place. You'll find that when you actually get the actual watch through, that the orientation of the actual cushion is different to what other manufacturers would. Most of them would put the watch that way and then watch on here. This one has gone the other way. It's quite a weird experience seeing that. So here we go, guys. This is the Mathey Tissot Pepsi GMT. So the watch retails at around about €424. That's probably, I don't know, £300 or so. Probably weighs around about 160, 170 grams. So it's got a decent weight to it. Has a 42mm case diameter with a 12mm case thickness, a sort of industry standard for a GMT style watch, and uses a Ronda 515 quartz movement. So decent, fairly decent Swiss movement. So let's have a look at the dial here. So the dial is a pure black stainless, like just a pure black dial with fully luminous increments, fully luminous hands, and luminous GMT hand as well. You've even got a Cyclops eye at 3 PM with a date dial. Inside the actual face of the watch, you just got plain sort of stainless steel inside, like no markings or anything inside there. The bezel is a ceramic bezel, obviously with that Pepsi blue theme. With the actual watch, you get sapphire coated glass over the top here, with a 316 stainless steel backplate and 10 atmospheric waterproofness. So it's got that sort of level of quality to it. Let's have a look at the casing. So casing again, it's full stainless steel casing across here. It is also 316, the same as the backplate. And you've got that 1886, which is the foundation date of this brand, I believe, on the side of the watch here. Sorry about the little marks. You've got the stainless steel crown housed in a bit of crown protection. I can say initially that the crown protection is decent. It's not the best crown, but it does sit on the higher scale for the quality. I'm not going to go and fiddle with it because it's set up nicely for how I like it and the time and stuff like that. It's set up to atomic time at the moment, I think. But yeah, you've got a decent crown with it. The date dial is very, very nice, and you get a decent amount of feedback on the second position of the crown onto the hands. There could be better feedback, but it's fine. It's fine for my use. I'm not going to stress too much on that. So that's obviously the main face of the actual watch there. Let's come out to the strap. The strap is a 20mm Jubilee style strap, adjustable by little tiny pins on the side here. The bane of my existence when you're trying to adjust it to a very sort of not so much a tight fit before anyone goes there, but a specific fit. So if you're one that's very, very specific and particular about how you want your watch to fit, it's Jubilee straps are the worst thing for you ever, but you soon get used to it if you like your watches. The Jubilee strap has a sort of two-tone effect finish. You've got a brush finish on the outside of the strap and a polished finish on the centerpiece of the strap here, as you can see. Coming down to the buckle, obviously a little bit scratched, but you've got a full sort of brushed stainless steel dial buckle, with a nice safety buckle as well, and a decent double fold over system. Often this is where the quality falls down, but it's not the case with this watch. You've got a nice stainless steel mechanism inside here with a nice firm click down as well. Plenty of room for adjustment on the actual clasp as well. Don't know why I called it buckle. Sorry about that. I meant clasp. They come down the actual inside of the face, inside the back plate. Obviously got that nice globe on the back there. Obviously it's a little bit dirty from when it's been on my wrist. Full sort of Swiss made markings as well, and it's a full screw down 316 stainless steel crown casing. So you've got, when you order this brand new from Mathey Tissot themselves, you get a 2-year warranty on it. Yeah, I mean, you can get them from places like Joma Shop as well. Amazon do them. I know it's they have come down in price in sort of recent years, but they tend to fluctuate. But I've just noticed recently they have come down a bit more. Obviously, now the debate starts about what is the sort of better Pepsi automatic to go for, or the better. I know it's not automatic, but let me finish. What's the best Pepsi automatic? What's the best quartz watch? What's the best one for under this, under that? What if I don't want something like beginning design? What if I want something that's strictly Swiss made and stuff like that? In terms of all the watches that I've seen, and because I love the Pepsi design, so I love the reviews about them. In terms of the Pepsi quartz design, there's very limited amount of decent quality brands on the market for a Pepsi GMT quartz that's under £500. It's going to be, there's not many, because you'll be paying probably for the actual one that looks exactly like a Pepsi GMT. Obviously, I know the logo looks a little bit different, the markings aren't like full, but this is the sort of the closest variant you can get really to. I'm not going to say closest, but if you were to look at, say, all the Pepsis you can get for under £250, £300, they all don't look quite right to what a standard GMT Pepsi Rolex would look like. And this is what won me over about this. It's Swiss made, it's quartz. So if you've got, say, a big collection of watches, I have done a review about what's better, quartz or automatic, but I've done videos about that before. You can check those out if I've still got them. If you're someone who's got a lot of watches like myself, I say a lot of watches being 6. If you're someone who doesn't get to wear a specific watch for a while, automatics is going to annoy you because you're going to have to constantly wind it up and stuff like that. But this, and also you've got the accuracy of this. When you put it on, it's going to have the right time. Obviously, yes, you can have a plus or minus a certain amount of seconds each day, but it's the same with automatic. Automatic might be worse. Like my 2020 Rolex GMT, newer than this, is plus or minus like 5 seconds a day, and that's not great. But generally, quartz has a better sort of accuracy rating. But again, automatic movements are getting better. But I'd say, and this all comes around to my conclusion really, this, in my mind, for me, is the best quartz Pepsi GMT that you can get under £500. Yes, you can have beginning design. It might have a few more markings on it. But if you want strictly a best sort of Swiss-made, London-made, you don't want something from the sort of the Asian region. Nothing wrong with the Asian region at all. But if you want something that's a bit more where the traditional watches were made, say in Switzerland, London, I think the Mathey Tissot Pepsi is going to be sort of the closest bet you can get to, unless you pay £1,000 for Raymond Garden, if they're even around anymore. So yeah, this is probably one of the best Pepsis you can sort of get for under £500. That's my personal opinion. Feel free to sort of shout in your comments for if I might have missed a quartz Pepsi, but just from looking at loads of them, and in my experience and the overall effect, this one gives the best thing. But the one drawback, the one that this has, is the loom is not all that. It's okay, but the hand's just a little bit faint. Whereas, say, a beginning design, etc., they have a decent loom to them. This one, the loom's okay, but the actual hand loom is outshone by the loom of the outside increments. So there we go, guys. That is the Mathey Tissot Pepsi GMT.